Hi there. So it finished 2-2 today against Tottenham. Your thoughts on the game?
Definitely was the Champions League. I think had a factor. Injuries took effect as well because of obviously losing Declan Rice at half time. We struggled a little bit, and I think you could see a lot of the players were leggy. Spurs did all right. They did enough, and just caused us a few problems. And there you go.
I think my attitude on the Champions League, and John's right, I think it may have took the leg in and out of them. Could have been worse, could have been the Europa League, so we'd have played Thursday night. So would our legs have been worse than they were today? But I just think that, generally speaking, we always wanted the Champions League. We got the Champions League, and we've got to now adjust the squad and move forward, taking that into account. Yeah. Spurs are better than they were. I think we have to be honest about that. So,
Yeah. You've got to get used to playing a full strength team midweek on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and then again on the weekend.
Yeah.
With the Europa League, obviously, we're resting a lot of players for the midweek games and then playing our full strength on the weekend. So it's going to take a bit to get used to. As you said, credit to Spurs, but we did start the game so well. And Saka got the opening. Well, he was given an own goal, but he got the opening goal.
Right. I think we started well, but we seemed to get drawn into. I don't know what it was, but we just kept hoofing the ball away. So we lost that control of the ball, and where Spurs weren't getting near it first few minutes of the game, let's say, or the first 20 odd minutes of the game, they started to draw in, and it wasn't a surprise, in fairness, that Spurs equalised.
Yeah, I agree, because I said I thought we started quite well, and we controlled the game, knocked the ball around, did what we normally do, but all of a sudden there was a few remnants of panic a little bit. They was clever getting, I thought, Rail on his left foot with those and the ball was being sent out. It was a couple of times we didn't touch and did other bits and pieces, but we just got caught out a little bit, and I just think a little bit more composure was there. But as I said, at half time when we come out, we had two of the midfield players had gone off, two players replaced, and I think they just give Spurs a little bit of a lift. When we got the goal up, make it 2-1, then we just made, obviously, a mistake. It can happen, but, I think overall, 2-2, fair result. Could have been worse as well towards the end, as we said, was getting more and more leggy towards the end, but there you go. These things happen when you just move on.
Yeah, you mentioned Raya there. What's your thoughts on the goalkeeper situation? So we're now seeing Raya started 3 games in a row. It seems that he's the new number 1 now. What's your thoughts on the situation there?
It's very difficult, isn't it? You've got less of a window to judge him in 3 games than you have Ramsdale over 70 odd games or whatever it is now. He wasn't as assured today, John. I didn't think than what we've seen him. Yeah. To be honest, but it's difficult. It's his first North London derby. And again, no disrespect to Brentford or that, he's never experienced the atmosphere that was in that ground today. So maybe his nerves got the better of him. Yeah, who knows? It's difficult.
Personally, I couldn't see the reason for the change because Aaron's not done anything wrong. But being fair, Mikel did the change, brought him in. The 2 games he played prior to today, faultless. You couldn't argue. And again today, he didn't do anything wrong. He pulled off a great save from one of the goals. I thought he could have done better, possibly with a cross that ended up with a goal. But I thought credit to Spurs in a way that they actually did definitely drive him up with his left foot, and his distribution wasn't as strong on that foot. But then again, Spurs could have done that against Aaron Ramsey and tried to put on his right foot. But I think Aaron Ramsey is equally strong on both feet. So my decision at the moment, I'm split. I don't care. I think he's done well. I'm not going to argue what Mikel wants to do. Because
that's right. And I think
why would I?
What's interesting with the goalie position, and again, I've not really noticed it before, if I'm honest, is the fact that he's naming 3 goalkeepers in the squad at the moment. So what he said about the fact that maybe he would change a goalkeeper during a game, which is an interesting thought. Is that really why he's got 3 goalkeepers on the bench? Because again, if you bring a goalkeeper on and the goalkeeper has a nightmare and say gets sent off, for example, he comes rushing out of his box and ends up bringing someone down. Does that mean he's got that safety net of the third goalkeeper? Because once you take them off, they're off, aren't they? You know, if you substitute them, you're in trouble. So it's an interesting sort of twist that you see, and it's one that no one's really picked up on. It was the same in the midweek. Now I know that you can have bigger squads and that, but I may be wrong, but I've never noticed it before in the Premier League.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Really good point.
3 goalkeepers on the bench.
Yeah, really
well, not on the bench, but 2 on the bench and 1 on the pitch.
Yeah, really good point. So it's really early days still. We see Man City are flying. They've won all their games. We're 4 points behind them. There's still obviously a long way to go. But just based on how we're looking, how they're looking, some of our other rivals, the likes of Liverpool. What's your thoughts on how our season's looking?
It's early days. Early days. I said, to be honest with you, Man City, brilliant as they always are. They've not really played any of the top teams. Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, Man United have all played each other. That, you know, that's gonna create, as the season goes on, it's going to be different. But you can only beat what's in front of you, and Man City have done that efficiently. We've obviously drawn a couple of games. Fulham was a bit of a disappointment. Today it could have gone either way. You know, I've said the season's a long roll. As long as we don't have any long-term injuries, then I think we'll be in and around the mix towards the end. But as I said, Man City are the yardstick. Are at the moment, you know, they're the ones you've got to try to keep close to and not let them get too far away.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think City are still the yardstick for everybody else. You could dress it up in a number of ways. They are still most efficient, and they've got some great players in their squad. Having said that, I think the good thing is that we're only 4 off. Beat them, you're 1 off, and let's maybe have a reversal to last season. Let's not win the league. Sorry, let's not lead the league for God knows how many months. Let's sneak up on the backside this year, and let's just come and get them from behind this time, because you know it's not over. It's a hell of a lot of games to go. A lot of good football to be played. We've got a good team. We've got a good manager. Without a doubt, we are moving in the right direction. The atmosphere in the ground is excellent, absolutely excellent. Yeah. Much better than it's been in many years. Yeah. And I think that we're on the rise. Don't worry about that. And I think that maybe it'll be different at the end of the year. Wishful thinking maybe, but let's just see.
Okay.
I think we're ahead of schedule. We was not expecting to be where we are last season, or where we were last season. And this year, obviously, the expectations are a lot higher because of finishing second. Everyone automatically thinks, oh yeah, they're going to. We're still ahead with a young side. We've got a great base of players. We've got stadiums going. Miguel's got the stadium going. Got the fans behind. The players are great. We signed, obviously, Odegaard signed his contract. We're great players. We have got good players, and we've added to what we had previously, and we've added well. And also, we've got but we've moved players on that weren't probably at the level we wanted to be, and obviously earning a lot of money. I think we're in a good position, and I think we could push on and see how close we can get to Man City.